Sunday night TV is famous for its period drama, and ITV's latest offering, called Beecham House, is being described as Downton in Delhi, and stars Tom Bateman and Bessie Carter are here in the studio. It's set in Delhi in 1795, a key moment in Indian history before British rule. And while the story's fictional, the drama features several real-life characters, from emperors to military leaders. Here's a clip.
Welcome to Delhi, Sahib. It is an honor to meet you.
News of my arrival has travelled so quickly.
India does grow on you, Mrs. Beecham.
We will stay here and make a life together.
In a garden full of beautiful flowers, I see your eyes have rested on the only English rose.
He may not be all that he appears.
Why are you holding that child?
There has been a tragedy.
We have been given a new beginning. We must forget the past.
My last home was full of secrets. I will not tolerate the same here.
You must not tell a soul.
No!
If anybody sees you, it could ruin everything.
I have no one I can trust.
You shouldn't have come here.
Lieutenant Beecham is a traitor!
And it all starts Sunday night, 9 p.m, ITV. Let's talk to Tom Bateman, then, who plays the lead character, John Beecham, a former soldier who's bought Beecham House to begin a new life with his family, and Bessie Carter, who plays Violet, a young English woman who's moved to India, and a potential romantic interest for John.
Not for him. I don't think he looks at me once.
Oh, OK.
But I come over absolutely gunning for a marriage, hopefully with John.
Oh, OK, fair enough. So
yeah.
It's not necessarily reciprocated.
No.
Tell us about the story.
So, as you said, it's set in 1795. It follows John Beecham into this new house, which becomes Beecham House. He has left the East India Company because, as we find out, he's very unhappy with the way they are sort of going about things in India, and
in terms of exploiting.
in terms of, and particularly, I mean, it wasn't. Gorinda's done an amazing job of not just sort of painting it black and white. She really treads the sort of grey areas. It's a very interesting way of telling the story. But John has been unhappy because of what he has seen, so he leaves that and sort of begins a new life in India. And as we find, he's got a child. We don't know who the mother is. We don't know where she is. So it's a sort of a big sort of like a mysterious character. And from that, we meet all these other wonderful characters and find out what they're all up to. And there's not a single character in it who hasn't got a motive, who hasn't got their own sort of secrets. And
I bet.
Yeah.
Secret, yeah.
And are you happy with the Downton in Delhi? I mean, your dad was obviously in Downton, butler, very famous. Are you happy with that? I mean, is this kind of...
I'm upstairs, so I'm not complaining. He
Right.
was downstairs. No, I mean, I think Leslie Nichol said it once in an interview that I think the only sort of similarity is that it is an upstairs and a downstairs sort of household.
Right.
But even within that, upstairs and downstairs completely mix and intertwine, is that a word?
It is a word.
Yeah. And, you know, it's a different time period. It's set in India. It's an honour to be dubbed that because Downton was fantastic. But it's our own thing. It's a different era of history. It's in India. It's completely different, I think.
You were in Vanity Fair, which was scheduled, again, on a Sunday night, up against The Bodyguard on the BBC. Is it demoralising when you realise that that is the case? You don't, you know, you've made this thing, you've poured your heart into it, and then you think, oh, my gosh, it's going to be up against X, and we're going to get less attention as a result?
Well, actually, yes and no. I mean, we're living in a world where catch-up TV, like, I don't personally watch anything live, really, on television. A bit, you know, here and there.
Apart from Beecham House.
Apart from Beecham House, 9 o'clock on a Sunday. So it was a bit, but, I mean, for me, I was asked it quite a lot when we were doing press for it, and I said, well, I love that British television is getting this response, and if there's a sort of like tug of war between two very, you know, successful dramas, then I think it's a good thing. Of course, you pour your heart and soul into something for months and months and months. You would love for it to be, you know, watched by everyone. But of course, that's not the case. But I mean, I think a lot of people did watch it in sort of catch-up things, and so even if they don't catch it when it's coming out.
You appear in Beecham House without a shirt. I don't know on how many occasions. I do know the tabloids have already picked up on this and described you as the new Paul Dark. When you read the script and you realise that that's part of the deal, what goes through your head then?
Well, nothing really. I mean, it's been made a much bigger. I was having lunch with Gurinder yesterday, and there it is on the screen there. It's literally about 7 or 8 seconds.
Right. So you don't immediately think, oh my God, I've got to get to the gym and sort myself out?
No, well, I'm not sort of one of those actors who goes to the gym. I very much sort of liked the sort of reality of this man doesn't go to the gym. He's got a sort of job to do and everything. He wouldn't look the way that maybe Captain America would, you know. Yeah. So for me, it wasn't that. I didn't find it gratuitous. Gurinder, it was very much embedded in the story. John is doing something hugely practical. We will find out why. There's this sort of like danger and intrigue, and he's doing something that is purposeful.
That requires him to take his shirt off.
Well, no, and again, I mean, the heat. Have you been to it? Like India is like so hot, and I mean, like even so, like doing any sort of manual labour. And actually, we find him. He's in a private moment. He is doing some manual labour. He starts with his shirt on, gets very hot, takes it off, and as soon as Adil Ray's character turns up, he puts it back on. Okay. So I didn't feel gratuitous or anything like that.
The old heat excuse, Bessie. You're not on social media.
No.
At all.
No.
You are.
Indeed.
Why and why? Why are you? And do you? I mean, I've looked at your social media on Instagram. It's just you having a nice time with various relatives and friends, rather than amazingly posed like many on social media.
No one cares who I am, so it is mainly. Bessie. Thanks, Tom. It's I use Instagram. I'm not on. I think I'm on Twitter, but I don't ever use it, and I'm not on Facebook. But Instagram, I think it's habit. I've been on it for a few years now, and I mainly follow friends, people to stay in touch with, or people who make me laugh. I follow a lot of sort of like funny poets. Daniel Piper's a great one. And so my feed is things that I want to see, and I choose that.
And Tom, why are you not on it at all?
I think, well, number one, I think I would be bad at it. I'm not very good at self-promotion. Not that it's only self-promotion, but I don't think I've got anything that interesting to say. Privacy is very important to me, and I find that in our jobs, we are sort of pulled into a public place, which is, of course, part of it, and I go, well, that's part of our job, and I signed up to it. But I draw a line in the sand at certain things where I say, well, this is my private life and I'm not going to share this. I don't know. And for me, it's my own happiness, really. I think it's, for me, that sort of level of contact feels very unnatural to me. And I appreciate the benefits that can be had from it. And I think it's wonderful. And the ways people can reach people and the amazing things that can be done. However, for me, there seems something inherently unnatural about it. For me, I think it always does tend to lean towards, like you said, sort of like narcissism, which I think is not so much a good thing.
Okay. Good luck. Sunday night, 9 o'clock, ITV. Thank you both very much for
Thanks
coming on
for having
the
us.
programme.